We now come to the most prestigious quantifiable big game hunting award in the world, the Pantheon. The criteria for the Pantheon are easily defined but extremely difficult to ultimately accomplish. It takes practically a lifetime to meet all the requirements needed to enter the Pantheon ranks. For rifle hunters, one needs a Grand Slam, the Ovis and Capra World Slam Super 30s, and a Super Slam. For bow hunters, the Ovis and Capra World Slam suffice. The final requirement is SCI's top objective recognition, the prestigious World Conservation and Hunting Award. This requirement, of course, means that one has traveled to all the huntable continents and taken all the major big game of the world. To date, there have been only 19 Pantheon inductees. Past Pantheon recipients in order of year inducted are Hubert Thumbler, Ed Yates, Rex Baker, Dennis Campbell, Ken Barr, Sudi Galapji, J. Allen Smith, Bella Hidveji, Jim Shockey, Rennie Snyder, Alexander Egorov, Jay Link, Archie Nesbitt, Alan and Barbara Sackman, Jose Pepe Madrazo, Gary Bogner, and Brad Black. Now to the 2024 inductees: Lee Anderson, Justin Ragazine, and Dr. Gerald Warnock. Lee Anderson of Florida began hunting in 1985 after a friend told him an exciting story about a safari in Africa. Needless to say, Lee was captivated by it all and booked his own safari to South Africa the very next year. He never looked back, going on as many as 6 hunts to various wild places every year afterward. Lee is passionate about mountain hunting, with a good African safari being a close second place. He says the way SCI and Grand Slam Club Ovis records are set up, it allows a hunter to put together a game plan to pursue multiple awards simultaneously with both organizations. Lee was fortunate to make 4 separate excursions to China before they closed all hunting, and he was successful in taking some of the highly desirable Ovis species found there. Lee achieved Grand Slam number 599 back in 1994, and in 2011, he reached number 30 on the Ovis World Slam list. His North American Super Slam was next, and he finished it in 2017, becoming the 155th person to do so. That same year, he also met all the requirements for the SCI World Conservation and Hunting Award. Lee achieved his Capra Super 30 in February 2023, which earned him induction into the Pantheon. Age is just a number for Lee, and at 84 years young, he's one of the top contenders for both the Weatherby and Conklin Award, both of which he is still actively pursuing with the help and support of his biggest fan of 59 years, his lovely wife Penny. Justin Ragazine grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, and started hunting small game and whitetail deer when he was 12 years old. He went on his first Western state hunt when he was 18 in pursuit of mule deer in Wyoming, and his first hunt outside of the U.S. was an African safari in 2012. Every hunter has a favorite animal and destination to which they always want to return, and for Justin, that's Africa, to hunt Cape buffalo and elephant. For him, this represents true hunting, in that once the track is found, the hunt begins. It could last an hour or days, and he considers this as hunting at its best. Justin holds Grand Slam number 1750, and his North American Super Slam number 114 was completed in just over 2 years. Justin says his most memorable hunt would be when he took his Rocky Mountain Bighorn with a bow back in 2012. The hunt was supposed to only last 5 days, and they finally arrowed a ram on the 15th day of the hunt. As for the wild sheep and goats of the world, Justin has certainly done his fair share of climbing the world's peaks. You've been seeing some of the trophies that helped him reach number 30 on the Capra and Ovis list. Justin reached number 30 on the Capra list in 2019, and the last few animals needed for his Ovis Super 30 came on a whirlwind hunt in November and December of 2023, when he traveled to 4 separate countries in pursuit of wild sheep. In 2023, Justin completed all the requirements for the SCI World Conservation and Hunting Award, which is certainly no small feat. He was recognized for that on Thursday night. Gerald Warnock grew up in Portland, Oregon. His father passed away when Gerald was just 2 years old, and both he and his brother were raised by a single mother. Gerald began hunting in high school after a friend invited him. In those early years, Gerald hunted mule deer, Columbia black-tailed deer, Roosevelt elk, and bears. His first guided hunt and first airplane flight took place back in 1957 while Gerald was in medical school. He traveled to Kenya, where he collected the African Big Five and many plains game species. While building a successful medical practice, Dr. Warnock still made time to pursue his passion of hunting in the far reaches of the world. He was the recipient of the prestigious Weatherby Award back in 1994, and he met all the requirements for the SCI World Conservation and Hunting Award in 2006. Needless to say, Dr. Warnock has been there and done that. Gerald holds Grand Slam number 517, which he completed back in 1990, and in 1996, he became the 32nd person to take all 29 big game animals found in North America for the Super Slam Award. He reached number 30 on the Capra World Slam list in November 2023 with the Bucodon Markhor, and he literally achieved his Ovis Super 30 just a few days ago with his third subspecies of desert bighorn from Mexico to qualify him for induction into the Pantheon. After hunting all over the world, Dr. Warnock says his favorite big game animal to hunt will always be mule deer in his home state. We're pleased to be able to recognize this amazing man here this evening. There's no doubt that Lee, Justin, and Gerald have certainly paid their dues and earned their place in the hunting world. So ladies and gentlemen, let's please honor Lee Anderson, Justin Ragazine, and Gerald Warnock once again for their amazing hunting accomplishments and dedication to wildlife conservation around the world.